Hi Capricorn, this is Lunatics Tarot with a reading for July 2018. And I'm going to jump right into your messages, and I'll save my thank yous and info on free personal readings for afterwards. The messages I got for you before recording if you're feeling like you need to find your courage about something, something that feels like a loss, it may not be. It may be a blessing in disguise. Something that is supposed to leave your life, a person or job or a group of people even, circumstances that are meant to leave your life as a karmic reward, in fact. Even if it feels like a loss. And certainly, therefore, is something that you feel like you have to find your courage about. And with this thing, person, circumstance, job, group of people, with this, it feels like a set of energies with this energy leaving your life, but it feels like a set of energies. So if it's one person, they take a lot of energy with them, somehow multiple energies. Either a group of people leaves with them, or you are leaving a place and a job and a home in order to move away from them. Or they mean many different things and fill your life in many different ways energetically. But it feels like a set of energies leaving. With that energy leaving, your whatever fight is in your life is leaving as well. Probably a mental battle that you're going through, but also verbal fights, actual arguments. That's leaving with those energies. So those are messages, some cards that popped out of the deck and messages that came through prior to recording. And we have the Knight of Wands so far covering you. So this is mystic energy. Mystic energy speeding toward enlightenment. Attracting like-minded spirits. Attracting like-minded energies. So maybe with this set of energies leaving your life, you know, you've got space for like-minded energies to come rushing in, or you're leaving and heading toward them. Crossed with the Five of Cups. So there's that loss. It certainly feels like a loss to you in June. But again, I think it's actually a karmic reward. The energies that will fill the space that you're making are more in line with the life you want to live, and therefore it's not really a loss. It just feels like it right now. And I think you probably know that on some level. It doesn't change the emotion that one moves through. The Five of Cups. In this deck, in the Deviant Moon Tarot, you see the younger person who's probably knocked over these cups isn't really sorry. And this one who's so upset, I mean, she very well may knock over the other cups. And I think, sometimes I think that he's amused to find out if she's going to, you know? So at least one party, as you sink into the feeling of making space in your life for new and more harmonious relationships, connections, either you and or the party that you're separating from, that you're leaving in order to make space in your life, or watching leave in order to make space in your life, one or both of you has that energy that I was describing here. Almost not taking it seriously, just moving forward, kind of saying to the other party, it's your loss, or, you know, snickering about it like I knew that was going to happen, saying, let's see if it can get any worse, you know, just sort of laughing and using that energy of making a joke out of it, rolling your eyes about it, shrugging your shoulders about it, again, snickering about it, not taking it seriously, using that to push yourself forward, either you or the other party. So, if that's not you, that could be what you're up against. Maybe a fire sign, maybe a Scorpio. I see Sag and Scorpio. I'm going to let you see the reading unfold, watch it fall out with me. It's facing me now. I will flip it around for you before we draw clarifiers. I'm going to try to make July's readings more concise. I'm not off to a good start. It's almost 9 minutes in. You can't force the cards to fall out though, right? There's the Wheel of Fortune showing again, this time upright. When your ego is quiet, when you're not trying to resurrect this situation that's probably not, you know, the best the best for you. That's probably fated to leave your life, was probably fated to come in for a time and teach you lessons and then leave. Also, at least for a time. When you're not trying to resurrect that, and you're not worried about being alone, You're not focusing way too much energy on all the things that were right about that person or relationship, or letting all the good times run through your mind. You know that this is a rebirth for you, a remodeling of your entire life, and that it needs to happen. Or that this loss, it's not really a loss, is part of a revamping of your life right now. And it's this situation is all rooted in a timely opportunity. An opportunity that I think someone in the situation, maybe you, Capricorn, took an opportunity. It wasn't really up to you when exactly it came into your life or how exactly it came into your life, but it was up to you not to miss it, and I don't think you did. So I see Sagittarius again. If there isn't a Sagittarius in the situation already, then I think sometime in July, it's possible that a Sagittarian energy comes into your life, Capricorn. And see, here are these fights that I was telling you about, the Five of Swords showing again. And just like the Wheel of Fortune is in the upright this time, but it's in your past position. So it's still an energy that you're moving out of. And this is fights with yourself in your mind about the energies that you're now moving away from, that are moving out of your life, to make space for ones that are more like-minded, or verbal fights that you actually had with these energies that need to move out of your life and that are moving out of your life in July. And I think you are adapting in the near future with Temperance showing up in your near future. I think, yeah, you're adapting and feeling relief at last. It is a rebirth. So it's a new situation, even though you're moving away from energies that you fought with, that caused you mental, verbal tension and angst in your life, that, stress, the stress that comes with fights. Even though it's energies moving out of your life that need to, it's still something that has to be adapted, a new situation that has to be adapted to, right? Like, it's better, but it's still new and different. That's still scary. Still a whole new revamping, rebirth. If you remodel your house, it may be the way you want it to be, but you still won't recognize it for a while. You have to get used to it. But I don't think that you're having any trouble adapting in the near future. So throughout July, it doesn't look like you should have any trouble adapting, Capricorn. And then in your inner world, mentally and mentally, emotionally, you're feeling relief at last. It's because you're getting out of these fights. You're ready for this rebirth. That's why it's easy for you to adapt. There may be a gap between these new energies, like-minded, kindred spirits moving into your life after you get rid of the energies that you were just fighting with and that were just not compatible with yours. There just may be a gap. But I think even that is needed and welcomed, and that's where you find this relief. You have some time to yourself. And it looks like maybe some time also to work on something important to you that manifests as a victory in your outer world. I want to say it's a creative, spiritual project, pursuit. Something in some way you are victorious in your outer world. I suppose this rebirth that's on your mind and this ability to adapt that shows up in your future is possibly visible to a lot of people around you, your family, your friends, your coworkers, any relationships in your life. Or maybe because you have this mental relief and this are freed from these fights, these incompatible energies, and possibly as a result also of having support from like-minded ones, your work thrives. Or your exercise plan, your diet plan thrives. That's a, spiritual and creative project. Or your, the hobby that you've been talking about making time for forever starts thriving, picking up, manifesting in physical victories. Evidence that you actually are talented at this thing. You just have been waiting to make the time for it, because that's it, for me anyway. I'm a Taurus, Sun, Mercury, and Venus, and I can get really invested in my relationships and let them take up lots and lots of time. So as can many people regardless of placements, but I've always attributed it to my Taurus placements, thinking of it astrologically. And when I do get away from a person, a relationship that I've been very attached to, it's really easy to see in my life, for me, that directly makes more time for whatever creative project I've been putting on the back burner. That's just the way I organize my priorities, I suppose. And that's the way that always turns out. It's, yes, I miss that person. Yes, I miss that relationship. But the direct result is me having time for other things and activities that I love, that I just wasn't making time for, that I might not have been able to make enough time for otherwise. Not that I don't make any time for them, but you know what I mean. They start to flourish when they get the amount of time that your partner gets, or that my partner gets. They become, that's my new lover. That's what I think about when I wake up and before I go to bed then. And so there's always that gift that it gives us. You're getting some recognition with the Six of Wands showing up here in your outer world. Other people are noticing, and it's hard-earned praise, but people are noticing a significant change in you, and you're humbled. I think you're humbled. I think this loss humbles you, and it asks you to forgive. That could be, that for a lot of you, with Temperance showing up in the future and the Six of Wands showing up in your outer world, this could be you being very humbled by this loss and needing to forgive as a final step to letting these energies go that really weren't ever meant for you or beneficial for you. And in your outcome, you have the Queen of Swords, which is what was covering you, I believe, in your reading in the month of June. And I think you showed up reversed in your June spread, Capricorn, and as the Queen of Swords reversed. And this is where you're heading. We're still, this message is still speaking, I think, to the same circumstances, the same people. This is where you've been heading, toward the Queen of Swords, and then you've got the World reversed on the bottom of the deck. So what goes unseen from this picture, what's hidden, is let me think. I see how that fits in. Well, first of all, you need a new vision for your future. I feel like you would benefit greatly from constructing a detailed vision of your future, in fact, Capricorn. And that's not to say that you would benefit from getting attached to one. But you should get in touch with why you are doing what you're doing every day, why you have the long and short-term goals that you have, and why you are going about meeting them the way you are. You don't need to necessarily get attached to those pictures, but just check in with the vision you have of where you're headed. What's your longest term goal? Are there stops along the way? How committed are you to them still? If you know for a fact that those visions, those pictures are still taking shape, just paint one mentally in your mind, just in meditation, even if you want to write it, or if you don't, either way, or draw it, or construct it in any way physically. Sure, why not? I like to write it, but I also like to just go into meditation and picture it. Think about it, detail it. So just choose one if the picture keeps changing and detail that one. That's great, because then you know you're not going to get attached to it. You go into it knowing it's just one of many possibilities. But yeah, you're headed toward uprighting that Queen of Swords energy that was reversed at the beginning of June. I think it was June 5th that I did. And I believe she was reversed. I remember she had popped out of the deck upright, and then she came out reversed to cover you. And here you are uprighting that energy. So again, as with last month, she is able to see everyone's truth. She's able to tell anyone to step forward and lay their story on her, and she can see right through people. And that's what I had titled the video. Your video last month, Capricorn, was trust your power, you can see right through them, or something vice versa, something just like that. And I believe I even said something to the effect of, maybe there's a reason you just can't see that you can trust that power yet. And so it seems that maybe it just takes you a month or two to step into that power, to own that. Or maybe you owned it once and cut this person once and have to do that again. That's possible too. I keep saying person. For some Capricorns, I'm sure it's a person. For some, it's just a or it's more a matter of multiple energies, like I said. So let's get a clarifier on the Queen of Swords, I was going to say, and it's the Empress. And let's get a clarifier on your hopes and fears that I didn't talk about. Your hopes and or fears, the Four of Cups reversed. Forced to deal, but needing to withdraw. This is someone who's... Yeah, you need to make these cuts. You need to make this room in your life, clear out these energies that aren't compatible with yours, but you just want to withdraw. You're just finally experiencing relief. You just want to sit in that relief, in that space, and just enjoy some downtime. And with the Ace of Wands showing up as a clarifier, my first thought is you don't feel ready. Well, your fear is you're not ready. It might be that when this person shows back up, you have to be ready to be the Queen of Swords, and you will be. By the end of the month, by that full moon in... Is the full moon in Aquarius? I believe the new moon is in Leo next month. Right? I think so. And then the full moon is in Aquarius. I could be making both of those things up. I'm not sure. But by the end of the month, I think you will be. I know we've got a couple eclipses as well, right? One at the end of the month for sure. By the end of the month, you will be ready to be that Queen of Swords energy in the upright, but I think that's what you're afraid of. You're not hoping that you'll have to. Well, maybe you're hoping that you won't miss your opportunity because you're so focused on the loss that you try to stop it. But also, I think you might be a little afraid that you won't be ready to tell these energies no and stand up for yourself again when they come back around in July. And it could be a motherly energy, Capricorn, that you, in your life, that you have to put up boundaries with. Not that you have to cut them out of your life necessarily, but that you may need to cut out their negativity. You may need to cut out listening to their opinions about certain things, right? Because it's causing fights. You're revamping your life. You're becoming someone who doesn't allow that talk from anyone. You don't even talk to yourself maybe in those types of negative ways, or put those types of limitations on yourself that these energies or this motherly energy puts on you. It could be a group of females, and this is representing the divine feminine, and that's the power it has over you. The power it is in your life is the divine feminine connection in your life, or a divine feminine connection in your life. Let's get a clarifier on the World card reversed. The Chariot. The Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, the World reversed, Death. I get this sense, Capricorn, and you're great at doing this on your own. I'm also going to get a clarifier on Temperance. The Capricorn energy is great at this, but I get this sense that you need to like the Chariot pictures in many decks, you need to harness your practical and emotional side, your emotional and cerebral powers. You need to harness them in a one focused direction, because you also might be afraid that you also here may be hoping you don't miss an opportunity and afraid that you won't be ready. And this adapting that you're doing, here's the Wheel of Fortune showing on the bottom of the clarifier deck as well. Again, the adapting that you're doing is going to happen slowly. You're going to move into this new space slowly. These energies are leaving, but slowly. And that's why you feel the need to charge forward, because you know a cycle's not complete. You know that this wraps up some karma for you, and that good things are coming into your life, that good energies are charging in as these negative energies are leaving. But the fact of the matter is, it's happening in divine timing. It's happening right on time. I know that phrase is used again and again and again. But it's happening just how it has to. And it's happening slowly. That makes sense with the Queen of Swords showing up again, showing up in the reverse last month, and now showing up finally upright in your outcome at the end of the next month, pretty much. So this has been a 2-month journey that we're talking about. And this indicates the Eight of Wands in reverse showing up as the clarifier on Temperance, that it may continue, that it may move into August as well. I can't believe we're talking about August already. And that seems to be happening so quickly to me. But for you, this process is going slowly. Maybe because you really want these negative energies out. Maybe because it's completing this karmic cycle and is a matter of finding a new balance with how much time you spend with people who are family or friends who are like family that you absolutely can't cut out completely. And that's always complicated and a very delicate situation. And I think in many cases it is forgiveness that's required. Certainly, like I said, it's adapting to a new atmosphere around you, maybe a new place that you're moving into where you're actually physically free of these energies, certainly spending less time with them. And it has to happen slowly to happen successfully, I think. Okay? And quickly, Dreams of Gaia advice card. An advice card from the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. For July 2018 for Capricorn. And as you're moving slowly, working through forgiveness, working to find a new balance to keep these energies in your life a little but not too much, or working to channel the frustration that you feel at having to lose them, having to cut them, maybe feeling betrayed by them, at having to reorganize your life without them when you didn't think you would ever have to. Whatever intense emotion you feel, you slowly learn in that time, and during that period of relief inwardly, you learn to channel that emotion with focused intention toward the future you hope to create, toward the activities that take you where you want to go, toward the creations, I think, that you're hoping to evolve, that you're hoping to really define a big chunk of yourself in your life with. And that's where this isn't really a loss. That's where this is really a gift, and a lot of your anxiety really just may be about fear of your own success. For some of you, for some Capricorns. I think also what goes unseen from the situation is, this is an opportunity in the sense that it's an opportunity to become the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has been hurt, and that's how she's become who she is. She's been betrayed. She has to cut people away. The Empress showing up on her could also be saying, not that you're cutting a motherly figure or divine feminine from your life, but it could be that by becoming the Queen of Swords, you are embodying the Empress energy, standing in your full divine feminine power. We would not choose to become her, the Queen of Swords, to be betrayed in that way, to feel forced to cut people who were once very near and dear to us out of our life. But this situation, these circumstances that have been going on, like I said, I think for a couple months now, has given you, Capricorn, the opportunity to become her. And I think you need to have her level of discernment, her way of viewing the world. You need that vantage point to be accessible to you, her shrewd, keen, analytical, clear, fierce mind, and her ability to see through people, to quickly see through people, honestly. And I don't encourage making quick judgments, but she can just smell the bullshit a mile away, is the thing. It's not even about judging someone based on their appearance. I mean, honestly, when we're in our Queen of Swords energy, we smelled your bullshit coming a mile away. It just is. That just is what it is. And I think you need that for what's coming up next, for whatever work you want to do, for whatever next relationship or karmic situation you get yourself into, for whomever you run into that you are meant to be of service to help next. That could be one and the same with the work you need or want to do. For what's coming up in the second half of this year, I I think, yeah, I think you... All right, we'll take 2. I think you need that vantage point. I think you need that Queen of Swords attitude. And so you've got the opportunity to embody it. And you've got choice and love. Could be choice in love. Could be. I don't see that. Honestly, because they mean different things to me. Choice, I won't read out of the book. I'm so familiar with it. Just be aware of what areas in your life you are acting like you don't have a choice where you do. Everything is a choice. We all always have a choice. They're not always good. They're not always, what I mean to say is they're not always easy choices. They're not always, sometimes it doesn't feel like we do because one choice leads to death, for instance, and that's just not an option. But we do always have a choice. We're always making a choice. So if you, the only thing I can see that this may be speaking to, if you choose to rush this, what should be a gradual change into your new way of life, into edging certain energies out of your life and allowing new energies in. If you try to rush this process where it's clearly meant to take a certain amount of time, that's your choice. You're having an emotional response to how long it's taking, and you could create negative side effects for yourself by making that choice to rush it. For example, that's possible. I'm going to look up love for you. For us, I do have a lot of Capricorn. I have 3 planets in Capricorn. And then my moon is in Aquarius, so I just feel like I have so much Saturn energy. I really do feel Capricorn's energy. So I should say for us, love, infatuation. So are you, I'm going to interject here, I always do, are you choosing to see these energies that you need to cut out of your life? Are you choosing to see them as more than an infatuation when in fact they're just an infatuation? It says love is multifaceted. Open your heart to new loves. Make time to love and nurture yourself. So in this space where you're adapting very slowly and experiencing relief at last and recognition at last, like I said, there may be this gap between people moving out of your life and new energies moving into it. In that space, make time to love and nurture yourself. Appreciate your alone time. There is the love one has for oneself and the love one has for others. There is the love we feel when we do the things we love and the love we feel when others appreciate what we do. There is our love for family, love for community, love for nature. It's speaking about how we need to understand that it comes in many different forms. There is the love for the gods we choose to worship. We are here to learn that love is as multifaceted as we are. I like that. Love is a cosmic force that will shape us or break us depending on how we choose to experience it. And just as we have a choice in what we experience, we have a choice in how we perceive and experience love. So let's see what it says specifically about the future position. When the love card appears in the future position, this is an advice card, not a future position. I'm not sure why I did that, but let's go with it. When the love card appears in the future position, it represents new love, a growing love, or infatuation that is to come. The future position is all about opportunity and potential. In this case, it alerts you to a new possibility for love so that you can prepare yourself to meet that position with an open heart, mind, and arms. The love card here also may refer to a time of expansion, of doing new things, going new places, meeting new people, and learning new lessons. It could be one thing, it could be many, but all are embraced with a new love for life itself. Along with this may also be a time of endings, of pain no longer felt, of sorrows past, of mourning ended. It is a moment of deep, abiding love and appreciation that will see you blossom and grow, and is a future that can arrive in a heartbeat. It is that day when you wake up and greet the world with a smile, knowing that life has begun. That's nice. And it's just a choice that you make. And you can't rush a healing. The star card is not showing up here, but you can't rush a healing. So it's okay that it's just your choice that needs to be made. That doesn't mean you need to rush into making it. But it is just a choice to be done mourning, to let these things go. And if it's taking a long time and moving slowly because you're feeling bad about cutting these energies out, consider that if it's what's best for you, then truly, honestly, truly, madly, deeply, I promise you, if it's what's best for you, it is what's best for those energies too. Them being exposed to an energy, namely your energy, that actually needs to be away from them, that suffers but because of the fights that occur, the inconsistencies and incompatibilities between the two, it's not actually good or healthy for anyone involved, for them either, right? I hope that makes some sense. I hope something made some sense. I hope you will be leaving this reading with something that you didn't come to it with, Capricorn, as always. And I said I would save the talk about free personal readings and such for the end. I do want to offer anyone who needs or wants one a free personal reading. Just email lunartixtarot@gmail.com and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. Let me see. There are some other things I meant to say. Let's see. Well, thank you so much for all of the people who have already paid for readings and the donations. You really are keeping the channel going at the moment. Thank you so much for all contributions to the channel, likes, shares, subscribes, comments, messaging me, emailing me, letting me know that the reading resonated, how it resonated, and please continue to do that. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know how it resonated. Please continue to reach out. Again, lunartixtarot@gmail.com if you would like a personal reading. There are still paid reading options. So if you would prefer, there is a 60-minute and 90-minute paid reading option, those two for now. I may add the 30-minute back as well. Those will guarantee you a reading within 72 hours. Those guarantee you that length of time with me or for the reading, obviously. But otherwise, I'm really excited to offer free personal readings to anyone who needs or wants one. And on that note, thank you, Queen Cup Tarot, for inspiring that change, that shift of focus in my personal readings. You all should definitely check out that channel if you hadn't. That's someone else that you can ask for a free personal reading, though I will say she reminds you to be patient, so she's had a lot of requests already. So do be patient, but that's another great resource for a free personal reading. This is getting so long, I don't know how to do a short video, short recording. I think I will put up a mid-month reading for all the signs, probably one video for everyone. Maybe pick a card, because that has been so accurate for me. For the last few months, I've been seeing a lot of those pick a card readings, and they're always accurate. Let's see. I will definitely have August videos up ASAP as well. And I think that's everything, Capricorn. Again, I hope you are leaving the reading with something you didn't come here with. Please reach out if you need a reading. Thank you again so much just for checking out the channel. And may you all make very wise choices throughout July and going into August until I have a reading up for you again. And happy 4th of July if you celebrate. If you've checked some of your other signs and they weren't up because I did not get May readings up for everyone or June readings up for everyone, I do think that I can put all 12 up consistently in addition to the personal readings from here forward, starting with the second half of 2018, starting with July. I'm confident about it. I did want to say that. And I'm sending you so much love, Capricorn. Thank you again. And I can't wait to do another reading for you.